Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am headed to a lunch right now, or a coffee, with another agent in my marketplace slash friend. She's just a friend of mine actually, who so happens to be an agent. But I wanted to pop in and say a few things. So obviously I'm driving, so you might hear some wind noise and the noise from my AC. I hope you can bear with me. This is not a video you need to actually sit down and watch. So grab a cup of coffee, put it on in the background while you're doing some chores or running some errands, and listen in. So I wanted to talk about being an entrepreneur as a realtor. Like, as realtors, real estate agents, we are entrepreneurs, okay? And that means we don't have a boss, right? Like, we are responsible. Even if you're on a team, you might have a team lead that's kind of directing you and telling you what to do, but ultimately you are your own boss. You are an entrepreneur. And that means that we have to have certain boundaries, and we have to have certain systems, and we have to have certain routines in place. And I really wanted to kind of talk to you guys about this. Like, what does it mean and what does it look like to be a realtor and an entrepreneur? Like, I know for me personally, this is a trap I fall into, like, and sorry I say like and a lot, but where I think that I just have all the time in the world and I can have coffee dates as much as I want, which is ironic because I'm headed to a coffee date right now. Me and my husband, we can just go out anytime we want because, no one creates my schedule. I can, not work any day that I want. I can take vacations whenever I want. And the reality is, all those things are true to an extent. No one is creating your schedule, but you do have to be very intentional. And intentional is the word that I like to use when speaking to other realtors and other entrepreneurs. You have to be intentional with everything that you do, because it's very easy to get swept away into the mindset of nobody creates my schedule. I can do whatever when I want. Don't worry, I can put that off until tomorrow. I can put prospecting off until tomorrow. And then what happens is we get, busy. Like, we have clients that come in. Somehow, some way we get clients, or we never get clients at all and we quit because we didn't put in the work. But you end up getting clients come in, and then you are so overwhelmed because you never put systems and routines and habits in place. Now there's all this time sensitive things going on as a realtor, right? You've got to send documents and amendments and all these things, and you're kind of overwhelmed and you're thinking, is this right for me? What am I doing wrong? Why can't I get a grip on this? Why can't I get a hold of this situation? And then it goes back to, like, it's a vicious cycle. And so what I really wanted to just stress in this video is how to be an entrepreneur. That was kind of a long intro, 3-minute intro to really get into the meat of this. How to be an entrepreneur. Step 1, create a schedule. Okay, what are the most important things in your life, the non-negotiables that get done on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis? Put them on your calendar. Block it out right away. I am not the biggest fan of time blocking, but it's effective, okay? So that's step 1. Get it on your calendar. For me, homeschooling. We homeschool 4 days a week, and that's typically from 8 to 9 a.m. till about 1 to 2 p.m. or 12 to 2 p.m., just depending on the day. That's Tuesday through Friday, okay? So that's on my schedule every single day, non-negotiable. Some days there are things that, we may have to move it around. If I have a showing that I have to do during that time, praise God, I have the flexibility. I can say, okay, we're going to pause right now on the lessons, go do the showing, come back, finish up. So I have that flexibility, but for the most part, it's a non-negotiable. That's one thing for me. I have book club once a month, first Saturday every month. That's on my calendar, non-negotiable. So we have family game night with my brother and sister-in-law twice a month. Again, non-negotiable. So those things are going on my calendar already, right? And then from there, I'm going to pick out, what can I block out? What times can I set aside for work? You need at least one office day. 1 week or 1 day every week, you need at least 1 day where you're not leaving the house or the office, whatever, if you work from home. Or you go into your office and that's what you do all day. And for me, typically a Wednesday for me. Now, you can have it where that office day is also the day that you fit in coffee appointments, meeting with other agents, meeting with vendors, that kind of thing, if you need to. But you really need to keep that office day as much in the office as possible, because that needs to be the day that you go or you stay home in your office, whatever. You block everything else out, you don't get distracted, and that's the day that you really update all your systems. go through your pipeline and your prospects. Make sure you've got all the documents for every transaction that you need going on if you don't have a transaction coordinator doing that. And then if you do have a transaction coordinator, check in with your TC, make sure they're, on top of everything, see if there's anything they need from you. That's the day that you can plan out content for the week. That's the day that you can, if you use, TikTok or Reels, you can pre-film your Reels. If you use YouTube, you can pre-film videos. That's really the day that is just in your office where you can get caught up with everything so that you don't have any excuse really to be super overwhelmed, right? Clean out your emails and just get everything done that one day a week. And then you need a closeout day. We as realtors have to have boundaries in place. Now, obviously we're going to have weekend showings. It's just what we do. But for the most part, there's no reason we should be jumping like a Pop-Tart on a Saturday or Sunday to go and do showings and listings and all these things. Those should be few and far in between, because you should have a closeout done on Friday, whatever your closeout day is. Me, I try to take a Friday night to Saturday night Sabbath, which is really hard as an agent, or a full Sunday. But if I'm going to take a Friday night to a Saturday night Sabbath, Thursday or Friday afternoon, I'm going to have a closeout, which means I'm going to go through, and it's kind of the same thing as my office day. I'm going to make sure any paperwork that needs immediate attention is done. My emails are cleared out. I've touched base with all my clients that I'm actively working with, make sure they have everything they need. If I do need to go shopping with them over the weekend, I'm making sure those showings are scheduled, that we're ready to go. Now, of course, in this market, we might have to jump a little bit last minute more than typically would. I'm not saying don't do that. But your Friday closeout is going to keep you from feeling like you're hustling and bustling all weekend long. Sorry, I'm on an incredibly bumpy road. The ice storm that we had in 2020 ruined our roads here in Killeen, so they haven't fixed it. But that closeout is going to make sure you're not feeling like you're hustling and bustling all weekend. So that the only thing that you really have to quote unquote jump for through the weekend is if there is a showing or appointment that you got to run and do real quick. You shouldn't be working on paperwork and files and prospecting and stuff all weekend long. That should be time that you get to rest, relax, and rejuvenate and spend with your family. So that's that. I don't have any bullet points, obviously, that I'm trying to talk through here. So I'm trying to make sure I've covered everything. So yeah, your closeout day, setting your schedule, setting your non-negotiables, and having your office days. Those are going to be some of the most key, crucial points as an entrepreneur, as a realtor. Hey, hi, editing me here. You get to look at a piece of this lovely 1 Corinthians sign because I'm editing and I'm in my PJs, so I'm not going to put my face on camera. But I forgot to mention another thing that you must do as an entrepreneur is have a Sabbath. Even if you are not religious, you need a day of rest. Now, rest can look different for everyone else. For me, rest does not typically look like just sitting down all day or watching a movie or, reading a book. Sometimes rest does look like these things, but for me, it's a home reset. For me, it is very peaceful to take a day, usually on either Friday night to Saturday night or a Sunday, where I am spending time with family throughout the day, but also I'm resetting my home. So I am deep cleaning. I am getting caught up on laundry. I am getting caught up on vacuuming and mopping and cleaning baseboards. That is peaceful for me. So I do believe that you need a reset day to get your home life in order as well. So when you have that reset day combined with your office day and your closeout, you will find that things just flow so much better in your personal life and your business life. So back to the video. And then from there, I would also just say, like I said in the beginning, being super intentional with your time and having those boundaries. It is totally okay to, because it's my goal. It is my goal to have ultimate time freedom, right? I want to be able to take vacations, especially since my husband, praise God, this is such a blessing, but he's getting out of the military and he'll be working home full time with me. He'll be my transaction coordinator. We will have a lot more freedom, right? So I want to be able to get up and go on vacations and do the things that I want to do. But in order to do those things, I'm going to have to be very intentional. Me and my husband, be very intentional with the time that we're using for family and work, and making sure everything is getting done. Otherwise, you will fall into the trap of, yeah, I can do whatever I want when I want. Things will get backed up. You'll never be able to get to that point of true financial freedom and true time freedom, because it will constantly be a backlog of things that need to get done because you weren't intentional. And I'm speaking from my own struggles, okay, from my own issues that I'm actually overcoming right now. is I did have a season where it was like life just got crazy busy outside of work, and it was just like, I'll do what I can when I can, and I wasn't intentional. And it creates that backlog of just stuff, just paperwork and prospecting, and you know, your pipeline isn't as full as you want it to be, all these things, right? So truly, I say this from my own experience. You just have to be intentional and put these systems in place. And when you do that, it kind of sucks at the beginning because it feels like I'm not the type of person that likes my schedule to be controlled. I like freedom. And so it kind of feels like, oh, I have to do all these things at these certain times and I don't want to do it. But over time, you become such a habit that you just do these things, and then you start having a large pipeline. Everything is in order. You have systems in place. You have tools in place. And then it's like, oh, wow, it's a Saturday and I actually don't have anything to do. What? Or it's a Wednesday afternoon and I actually don't have anything because everything is caught up and everything is fine and I can go do this thing, you know? It's just a lot more peaceful that way. So I really hope this video helped you. If you're looking for some systems and tools to put in place and you are a realtor, click the link below to check out my agent survival guide. If you've heard me talk about it before, it is my entire system that I use for buyers and sellers, checklist, email templates, all of that. Check it out below. I will leave that link in the description. Also, if you're looking to partner with me at EXP, I would love to talk with you. You'll get one-on-one access to me as your sponsoring agent. Basically, I take that very seriously, which means I will be here for you to help answer questions, collaborate with you, and just really help each other be successful, right? Like that's the whole point of being a part of EXP, is we get to learn from each other and we get to really collaborate and do this real estate thing with each other. So if you're looking to partner with me, EXP, I will leave that link down below so you can book a call as well. And I hope y'all have a blessed and wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.